Hello friends, today we learn something about profit and loss, some basics of profit and loss and some concepts related to that. Okay, when we talk about prices, there are two types of prices. One is selling price, other is cost price. Cost price is a price at which the article is purchased. जिस प्राइस पर आर्टिकल को परचेज करते हैं उसको बोलते हैं कॉस्ट प्राइस CP, एंड जिस प्राइस पर आर्टिकल को सेल करते हैं उसको बोलते हैं SP. So selling price is a price on which the article is sold and cost price is a price on which the article is purchased. So if I say if SP is greater than CP, if selling price is greater than cost price, there will be a profit or loss. किसी ने आर्टिकल कम में खरीदा और ज़्यादा में बेचा, the person purchased the article in lesser price and he sold the article at higher price, then there will definitely be a profit, and the profit and the value of that profit will be equal to the difference between selling price and cost price. SP minus CP will give you the profit. Simple concept. What about percentage profit? Percentage profit is nothing but the profit as a percentage of cost price. Profit as a percentage of CP. So profit upon CP into 100. What is profit? If we replace profit by SP minus CP, you will get SP minus CP upon CP into 100. SP minus CP upon CP into 100, I can write this as SP upon CP minus 1 into 100. That simply means whatever be the ratio of SP and CP, SP upon CP का जो भी ratio होगा, you subtract 1 from this. SP upon CP के ratio में से -1 करके हम 100 से multiply कर देंगे, we will get percentage profit. Okay. In second case, if I say if cost price is greater than selling price, the person purchased the article in higher price and sold the article in lesser price at lesser price. In that case, there will definitely be a loss, and the value of that loss will be equal to CP minus SP. Okay, what about percentage loss? Same thing. Percentage loss is nothing but loss as a percent of cost price. So we can say loss upon CP into 100. Now what is loss? CP minus SP upon CP into 100, or 1 minus SP upon CP into 100. Fine. Now if you notice one thing, if you refer the previous videos of percentage increase and decrease, you will find out that this formula is similar to percentage increase formula. What is percentage increase formula? Percentage increase formula is final minus initial upon initial into 100. So can I correlate percentage profit with percentage increase? Yes. Percentage profit is nothing but percentage increase where the initial value is cost price and final value is selling price. So to go from cost price to selling price, if I increase something by P%, I'll get profit. CP को अगर हम P% से increase करेंगे हमें selling price मिलेगा, and I can say this percentage profit is nothing but percentage increase where the initial value is cost price and final value is selling price. Now if I decrease the same thing by some percent, we'll get the loss. Loss is nothing but CP minus L% of CP will give you SP. So I can correlate this thing with percentage decrease. So percentage decrease means initial value minus final value upon initial value. So we'll get percentage loss. So loss is nothing but percentage decrease and profit is nothing but percentage increase. In both the cases, initial value is cost price and final value is selling price. So friends, we are talking about profit and loss, and there are two point of views. One is shopkeeper's point of view, other is customer's point of view. Here we are talking about profit and loss and they are from shopkeeper's point of view. मतलब means जो भी profit होगा वो किसका प्रॉफिट होगा? अगर कॉस्ट प्राइस ज़्यादा है सेलिंग प्राइस से या सेलिंग प्राइस ज़्यादा है कॉस्ट प्राइस से, वो सेलिंग प्राइस एंड कॉस्ट प्राइस किसके रेस्पेक्ट में हम ले रहे हैं? वी आर टेकिंग दीज कॉस्ट प्राइसेस एंड सेलिंग प्राइसेस विद रेस्पेक्ट टू शॉपकीपर्स. इफ देयर इज अ प्रॉफिट, there will be a profit of shopkeeper. If there is a loss, there will be a loss of shopkeeper. So these cost prices and selling prices we are taking according to shopkeeper. So there is one more price if we talk about shopkeeper, and that price you very well know is MRP, that is called marked price. So if I talk about discount, what is discount? Okay, a shopkeeper purchases some article, he marks it above the cost price. जितने में उसने खरीदा है डेफिनेटली उससे थोड़ा ऊपर मार्क करेगा, उसके बाद वो उसे सेल करेगा विथ सम सेलिंग प्राइस आफ्टर गिविंग सम डिस्काउंट. सो डिस्काउंट क्या होता है? जो मार्क प्राइस और सेलिंग प्राइस का डिफरेंस होता है, वॉट एवर बी द डिफरेंस बिटवीन मार्क प्राइस एंड सेलिंग प्राइस, दैट इज कॉल्ड discount. Again, these mark prices and selling prices are from shopkeeper's point of view. So what is percentage discount? If I talk about discount, whenever you demand some discount, you always demand it on MRP. जब भी आप डिस्काउंट डिमांड करते हैं हमेशा मार्क प्राइस पर डिमांड करते हैं कि अगर मुझे 20% डिस्काउंट चाहिए तो किसका 20%? दैट इज MRP का 20%. सो वी कैन से परसेंटेज डिस्काउंट इज नथिंग बट द डिस्काउंट as a percentage of mark price. So discount upon mark price into 100 will give you percentage discount. We can say mark price minus selling price upon mark price into 100. So what about discount? Discount is a decrease or increase? Discount is definitely a decrease. You are decreasing mark price. If you give D% discount, you decrease mark price by D% and you get selling price. So what about profit? Profit is percentage increase. Loss is percentage decrease. Discount is percentage decrease. Okay. Now if you talk about shopkeeper's point of view, definitely cost price will come first. He will purchase some article. Then he will mark it above the cost price with some MRP or marked price. Then he will give some discount and sell it with some selling price. Fine. So if I talk about this, what is the difference between CP and SP? The difference between CP and SP is profit or loss. What about the difference between mark price and selling price? As I told you, the difference between mark price and selling price is called discount. What about the difference between CP and mark price? What about the difference between cost price and mark price? Cost price और mark price का difference क्या होता है? CP SP का difference हो गया profit या loss, mark price selling price का difference हो गया discount. But cost price और mark price का difference को क्या बोलते हैं? तो इसको बोलते हैं हम markup. Markup price is nothing but the difference between mark price and cost price. So definitely whenever a shopkeeper purchases some article, he will mark it above the cost price. So mark price will be more than cost price. So markup is nothing but mark price minus cost price. Percentage markup is nothing but markup matlab mark price minus cost price as a percentage of cost price. So what about markup? Markup is a percentage increase or decrease? Markup is nothing but increase. So if you can correlate these things with percentage increases and decreases, profit is percentage increase, loss is percentage decrease, discount is percentage decrease, and markup is percentage increase. So if you can correlate profit, loss, discount and markup with percentage increase and decrease, it will be very easy to solve a problem. You do not need to memorize all these formula. You have to simply memorize this thing only. You have to simply memorize profit is percentage increase, loss is percentage decrease, discount is percentage decrease and markup is percentage increase, and you can apply the concept of percentage increase and decrease to calculate anything in the question. So you can apply the concepts of percentage increase and decrease to calculate anything which is asked in the question. So friends, here are some basic questions. The first question is, If CP is 400, percentage profit is 20%, find profit and SP means selling price. So we will simply apply the concept of percentage increase and decrease to solve these problems and without using any formula. You know CP is the initial value and SP is the final value. So CP is given as 400 and you know the profit is 20% and you know percentage profit is nothing but percentage increase. So we can say there is 20% increase. So if there is 20% increase, what is 20% of 400? First you calculate 10%. What is 10% of 400? That is 40. 20% will be 80. So if you add 80 to this, the selling price will be 400 plus 80, simply 480. So 480 is the selling price and 80 rupees is the profit. So it's very simple. Let's look at the second question. You know CP is not known. SP is known to you, SP is 500. And you know there is profit of 25%. As I told you in the video of percentage increase and decrease, what is the multiplying factor of 25%? You know 25% is 1 by 4. If you increase something by 25%, you will say 1 plus 1 by 4, that is nothing but 5 by 4. That means to go forward, you have to multiply by 5 by 4. If you want to go backward, you have to multiply by the reverse, that is 4 by 5. This thing I have told you earlier. So 4 by 5 of 500, or you can simply divide this thing by 1.25. That is the multiplication factor for 25% increase. So it will be 4 by 5 of 500 is simply 400. And what is the difference between SP and CP? That is 100. So 100 rupees profit and CP is simply 400. Let's look at the third question. Profit is 200 and you know percentage profit is 20%. You have to find cost price and selling price. As you know 200 is the profit, which is 20% of what? 20% of CP. So we can simply say 20% of CP is 200. So definitely 20%, you know 20% is 1 by 5 of CP is 200. It implies CP will be 200 into 5, CP is 1000. If CP is 1000 and profit is 200, so we can say SP will be 1000 plus profit. Profit means increase, so that's why we are adding 1200. Fine. If you look at the last question, CP is unknown, SP is known, and this is something related to loss. 270 is the selling price. You know loss is percentage decrease, so there is a decrease of 10%. Okay, as I told you earlier in the percentage increase and decrease video, there is a loss of 10%. That means the value is decreased by 10%. If you remove 10% from something, what percent is left? You know 90%. So we can say multiplication factor for minus 10% is simply 0.9 as I told you earlier. So to go backward, you have to divide this value by 0.9. So we can say the initial value, that is CP, will be 270 upon 0.9. We can say it is nothing but 300. So 300 is the cost price. 300 में हमने ये article खरीदा, 270 में बेचा. We purchased this article in 300 and we sold this article at 270. So what is the loss? There is a 30 rupees loss. So there is a 30 rupees loss. So cost price is 300 and loss is 30 rupees. So friends, in this video, we saw how can we solve the problems of profit and loss without using any formula. So you have to keep that in mind. Profit is percentage increase, loss is percentage decrease, discount is percentage decrease, and markup is percentage increase. If you keep these things in mind, you can apply the concept of percentage increase and decrease in every question of profit and loss. So we saw some basic questions based on profit and loss. In the next video, in the upcoming video, we will see some more questions, some difficult questions based on profit and loss. Thank you for watching.